Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today we're back once again with Genshin Impact. So the plan for today is to actually continue the Moonchase Festival preparations. However, last time we saw that we had to go and speak to Madam Ping, but she's stuck behind the teapot quest. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and speak to Madam Ping about the teapot, see where that takes us, and then once we can, we will continue with the Moonchase Festival preparations. As you guys know, the teapot was very high on my priorities list, so this actually fits perfectly. Without further ado, let's get back into the game. And we're back into the game, and we're back in Liyue Harbor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight over to Madam Ping and see what she has to say. Now, you guys have been telling me about the teapot for a very long time now, ever since it came out. And I've just been so busy with other events or the main story to actually get around to doing it. So I'm very excited to finally see what it's all about. Here you are, Madam Ping. Hello.
Children, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, hello.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already.
Aw.
I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
Aw.
A gift? For Paimon?
I only did as I should.
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it.
Okay, I won't.
When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds.
That is true. Paimon did say that.
That simply won't do.
Oh.
Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy.
What's subspace creation?
Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will.
Oh?
I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world.
Whoa!
The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
A trinket, you say?
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas.
Whoa.
That is what one might call an exercise of true power.
Fair?
But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
Okay, what are the missing materials?
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Very true.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need.
Oh.
What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days.
And what are those, might I ask?
Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely.
Oh.
You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there.
Ooh.
But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it.
Aw.
In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. extended contact with it is in fact harmful to humans.
Oh.
Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Yeah, who is this child?
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
Okay, so I have had slight hints of who this is, so we'll see.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor?
Good
We
question.
seem to bump into them all the time. It's like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
Oh.
I'm back, Granny.
Is it? It's
I don't
Yanfei, right?
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yanfei.
It is
She's the one
Yanfei!
helping run some errands for me. Yanfei, I believe you already heard of the traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't?
Ah!
Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records.
Oh.
You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chising. What a shame.
A shame?
A shame that we didn't meet sooner.
Oh, okay.
If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you.
Or is it you're a lawyer?
Myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor.
Okay.
Got a legal problem? You can come right to me.
Gotcha.
Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy.
Thanks,
If you
Yanfei.
have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
Aww.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment.
No, not right now.
You'll have to excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this. Ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Are you really an Adeptus?
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway.
Ah.
He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom.
Okay.
They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Okay.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently.
Oh.
Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about keeping it strictly locked down.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential.
Ah.
Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
Oh.
I know,
Granny.
Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement.
Okay.
Hold on a moment.
Whoa.
Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him.
Oh.
Crossel.
Crossel.
Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores.
Okay.
He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some.
Didn't Granny just say that the jadeite was like dangerous to human contact? Okay, we'll come with you.
Oh, you want to join me?
Sure.
I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Okay.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
Talk to Crossel, okay.
Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well,
What are these
yes,
camera
as a matter
angles?
of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhiqiao. If you'd like to inspect them,
Excuse
you
me?
may have to wait
Zhiqiao?
quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented
Or
out?
stolen?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her.
Okay.
The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value.
Oh.
In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
No ambiguities there.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossel. We'll be off now.
Oh, whatever shall I do?
Excuse me, are you... Shiko?
Yes, that's me.
I don't remember how you say her name.
Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Miss Zhiqiao?
Suchao,
We
okay.
understand from Mr. Crossel that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him.
Oh no,
My
she lost them,
associates and
didn't
I are
she?
very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Oh, come on.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice.
Yeah, why did you need them in the first place?
My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances.
Okay.
I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Oh.
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Maybe because this is the part where we say we can help.
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Zhiqiao, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Zhiqiao somehow.
That would be a little unfair to Crossel.
True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Yeah.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossel the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account.
Oof.
And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Let's just help her.
Uh-oh. Jucho looks like she's about to faint.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would as well.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Oh?
Did you really have to pause before saying that part?
Yeah, good point.
The hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the Jadeite is genuine or not?
Mm-hmm.
Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Well, we still need to know for ourselves, right?
Please, don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the contract.
It's such a huge sum of money, though.
However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts.
True.
Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
Good question.
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Okay.
Smooth to the touch, finest quality jade.
Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossel's.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
She relays the loss of the hairpins.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus Jadeite?
Crossel.
I just don't... Forget it.
Vibe, dude.
Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus Jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossel.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Crossel.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
These camera angles.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Okay, find a convenient place to talk. We can do. Oh, okay. So I think it's near where Zhongli used to sit.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
Not Smaragdus Jadeite? Really? Yeah, don't get our hopes up.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living.
Bruh.
Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
And
before.
most certainly would not be smooth to the touch.
Ah.
Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity.
Okay.
If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
Oh.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it.
Yeah.
Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
A very vivid description.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yanfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track.
If I had one more for every time I heard the word contract.
It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
Yep.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yanfei.
Aw.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also
my
need your
God.
signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Yep, sounds legal.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Such an ordeal.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy.
Need me to do anything?
Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away.
Okay.
I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before.
No.
In which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yanfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the jade industry. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Why, hello there, honored customers.
Hello.
Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
Oh.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Krosel, you say?
Crucial.
I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Smaragdus nephrite?
Yes. It's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
Oh,
A
okay.
thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot.
Yeah.
So, did you find anything?
Not a trace of elemental energy.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time.
Oh, okay. Well, why couldn't he tell them apart?
These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart.
Okay.
There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Money.
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Xingxi. She often helps people to find
I
a
like that.
jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us.
Yep.
But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
I can imagine.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know?
Is this how Adepti become so adept at everything?
Oh, this has nothing to do with being an Adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Xingxi.
Xingxi. Wouldn't it be pronounced Xingxi?
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Again, we've mentioned how the Jadeite makes you feel ill. So many people have supposedly been in contact with this Jadeite, and obviously we're led under the assumption that it's not actually the Jadeite. Can't we just ask all of these people whether they felt ill? Because if none of them have, then we know for a fact it's not Jadeite.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Xingxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Krosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins.
Ooh.
The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Xingxi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
Must be the nature of legal consultancy.
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip.
Ooh.
Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
Baiju!
The weirdo with the snake around his neck?
Paimon!
What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body.
Ah, see?
Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Oh, Baiju!
My. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Hello.
Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs.
No.
And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it.
Ah.
It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse.
Sounds like a delusion.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document, won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently.
Ah.
A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment.
Oh.
I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to the Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baizhu guy is as weird as ever.
He's right there, Paimon.
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Who knows?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
Okay, so I've actually come to speak to Crossel, and it's told me that I can't because I need to speak to Madam Ping for the festival event quest. Now, it looks like we're just going to have to go bouncing back and forth between them. That's absolutely fine. It's nothing new to us. We've done this before, so that's what we're going to go and do. Let's go and continue with the Moonchase Festival event quest. I'm sure for most of you guys, you've probably fired through all of the world quests, so you never had this issue, and if you did, it was probably once in a lifetime. However, I'm sure this is going to give you a different experience. If you've not seen this happen before. Now you have. This is what happens if you don't finish all your world quests.
Master!
Hello, Madam Ping. We're back with these lot.
Oh.
Oh.
Hello, Xiangling.
Madam Ping is Xiangling's master?
Yep.
I did not expect that.
Master, how are you keeping these days? Are you well?
Oh, very well, thank you. What a surprise it is that you all had the time to come and visit me today.
Hi, Madam Ping.
Hello.
Master, we came here because we have a question for you. Do you know about the Stove God?
Of course I know the Stove God.
Does this mean you know them personally?
Oh.
Ah, I see. It's the Moonchase Festival, isn't it? How interesting. So you came to hear some stories about the Stove God.
That's right. We're investigating something that happened recently.
Kuching tells Madam Ping about everything
I
that happened.
see.
Okay.
The great stone surfaces. And so you open an investigation. I must commend your guesswork this far. I did indeed know the Stove God of whom you speak, but it was a great many years ago. Moonchase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti, not something in which the ordinary people of Liyue would ever partake. But over the years, they have sought to emulate it for themselves many times, giving rise to various festivals bearing the Moonchase name. On nights when the moon shone bright, everybody would get together for joyful reunions. There would be fine food, fine wines, and choice teas. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moonchase name to honor an old friend of his. In short, the heavens were our witness as we vowed to the moon to come together in joyful solidarity, to remember the past and reflect upon the present. That is the meaning of the Moonchase Festival.
Okay.
Rex Lapis.
That friend made many contributions to Liyue, and Rex Lapis would not have them go unrecognized. Turning this season into a commemoration of his old friend was also a way to honor that friendship. I can only presume that the Stove God Festival was one of the many subsumed into the Moonchase Festival.
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld. It is to their detriment that we must now be the ones to inherit this duty.
Kuching.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself. Nothing would delight Rex Lapis more than to know that those who follow in his footsteps continue to value these traditions and are working tirelessly to do them justice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lady Kuching.
Oh.
Huh?
Lady Kuching. Lady Ningguang wishes to speak with you.
Oh.
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. If I'm not back soon, you'll find me at Ningguang's office.
Okay. Bye, Kuching.
There she goes. Kuching's a lot more serious when she's got her work face on.
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis's friend was?
Yes.
Oh, hi, my guys.
The stove god is the friend, right?
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The story of the Lost Festival and the old friend are indeed one and the same.
Oh.
The stove god was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is that the god is now gone both from the world and from people's memories.
Aww.
How could that happen?
Yeah.
It is to everyone's regret that the stove god passed. But gods cannot be fully destroyed, and we made a pact to wait until the land became fruitful once more. For perhaps the stove god would then return, albeit in a new form.
Really? Master, you must miss the stove god a lot, right? From the way you talk about it all, it sounds like you were the best of friends.
Yes. Thinking back on it all, there are many fond memories. I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her mind to, she will diligently pursue. It warms my heart and makes me want to give her a helping hand.
Aww.
Unfortunately, however, I cannot simply give her the answer, for the process is of great importance to her. Kuching's grandfather once researched the stove god, and now she follows in his footsteps. Since Kuching has inherited this conundrum, so too she must inherit the journey to its resolution.
You knew Kuching's grandpa?
Of course, I count all the people of Liyue among my good friends. I remember when he was the same age as Kuching is now.
Oh, wow.
So young.
How old is Madame Ping then?
Grandparent and grandchild are definitely made from the same mold. Both diligent enough to take on anything and bold enough to see it through to the end. I like to think of Liyue as my own little potted plant.
Aw.
I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful all the time. In the blink of an eye, the buds of yesterday are in full bloom today. It's wonderful to see.
Aww.
For new blossoms must bloom on the branches if the tree is to remain evergreen and ever young. My dears, you are absolutely right to focus your investigation on the stone.
Ooh.
It is, as you suppose, the lost statue of the stove god.
Oh, wow.
And within it lie all the answers that you seek.
Oh.
I should like to see the stone for myself if you would lead me to it. Perhaps the truth will emerge even as we watch on.
Check the mysterious stone. Oh, Kuching's over here.
You're all here.
Hello.
I was just about to send someone to fetch you.
Oh?
Kuching, has the stone undergone any changes?
A crack has appeared in one corner, but we still can't tell what's inside.
Oh.
What happened? Did someone chip it while no one else was looking?
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have had no effect on it.
How would a natural occurrence crack it open?
This is because the stove god draws power from the actions of the masses. The heat of a busy kitchen, the joy of a reunion. Keep up the good work, and the truth will rise to the surface soon enough.
Ooh, okay.
All the books say the stove god is the deity of food. So is the stone opening up because everyone's cooking for the festival?
Oh.
Statues draw power from their people. So, if the stove god has dominion over cooking, could it be that the passion people put into their cooking gives power to the stove god? Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme, and now every chef signed up for the competition is busy preparing. Paimon's theory is not an unreasonable one.
Ooh, okay.
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, the whole city's bustling with people, and that adds a lot to the festive atmosphere. So if the stone cracked because Liyue started getting festive, that must mean that when the festive fever peaks, it'll bust right open, right?
Theoretically?
That's gotta be it, right, Master?
Well, we'll have to see then, won't we?
Okay.
Okay, the fact
That's what I
that
said.
cooking is involved gives us a perfect opportunity. The selections phase of Masterful Chefs will be held indoors and seen by only a few people, but the finals will be held outside in public. Everyone who wants to will be able to come and watch it.
Oh.
The atmosphere will be incredibly lively, no question.
Okay.
And when the finals end, boom! We'll get to see who the stove god really is, right?
Well,
It's definitely a possibility. Well, I've already signed up, so I should be able to help.
nice.
Yes, for a chef as accomplished as yourself, getting to the finals should be a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
All this talk of cooking competitions is making Paimon hungry. Oh, Paimon can't wait! It'd be great if Paimon could take a nap and then wake up when it's the finals.
Paimon. There we go. So that's part 1 of the festival complete, I believe. Okay, so if we want to unlock the next 2 chapters, I think we need to go and complete the many matters of the Moonchase Festival quest. So we have to go and talk to Lin Yang. Okay, let's go and do that. Lin Yang! I need to place another batch of treasure chests, don't I? Did I hear someone mention treasure chests? Eh? Oh, it's you, Traveler. Are you here to take part in the Moonchase Festival as well? You could say that. Then you've come at the right time. The Adventurers Guild is currently organizing an event to celebrate the festival. Would you like to know more? What activities are we talking about here? During the Moonchase Festival, the Guild has placed Moonchase charms in various places. Those who find these charms can bring them back to us in exchange for various rewards. We've also dispatched a group of adventurers to place a large batch of special treasure chests out in the wild. These special treasure chests will come filled with all matter of goodies, which we've prepared just for this occasion. Other than these 2 activities, we've also got some other tough challenges lined up for the elite adventurers. As for the dailies, well, it involves invading a series of monster camps. And what does this have to do with the festival? I mean, you don't have to put it like that. There's prizes to be had for beating those monsters. That's not all that's different from normal commissions, come on. Please, just help us out. Most of our adventurers have left to go and enjoy the festival, and many of our commissions are just sitting there with no one to take them up. Just lend us a hand. With your skills, it'll be a breeze, won't it? Fine. Of course you'll be compensated fairly, Traveler, don't worry. I'll be here throughout the Moonchase Festival. If you have any questions, ask me directly. We're counting on you, Traveler. Well then, enjoy the festival. Okay, so it now looks like we have these 2 opened up. Now, on this one, I believe we have to just go and find some treasure. I think this is something that we can do on a stream, so we can just go and run around and try and find whatever we're supposed to be looking for. And as she said, the next thing is actually some, like, fighting challenges, so I guess this is also what we can do on the stream, which will be awesome. We also have these delicacies, which is really cool, so I've already handed 1 in, but I guess we can focus on that during the stream. As for right now, I think what we'll do is we will go to this quest here, where we have to go to Cloud Retainer, as she has a new cooking device. Oh, and it looks like here is one of the treasure pieces. There we go, a Moonchase charm. Awesome, so now we know what we're looking for. Cloud Retainer, I don't have wings like you. Why have you got to climb so high up? What is this? Hello, you. What are we up here for then? Ah, Traveler. Fine timing. Only recently has one finished setting up this device. So this is the Supreme Cuisine machine. Much personal work has one put into it, and its faculties are vast. How hasty of you. Be at ease, and let one explain it to you. Much lore did one read in the construction of this cuisine-making machine. Know that there are a few key points in the art of making food. The first of these are finding ingredients, which are of utmost importance in cooking. Many long years have countless chefs labored and wandered in search of all manner of ingredients. One's device aims to solve this issue first of all. Upon activating, it will automatically search for suitable ingredients nearby and will mark their scent out. All the better for chefs to track them to their source. Can't it go and grab the ingredients by itself? This early days yet would one call this stage of work, and this issue of how a stove may trek across treacherous mountain roads by itself has yet to be resolved. Now then, the second matter is the cooking itself. One has placed countless intricate components in the device's interior, such that the mere act of placing ingredients within will see them automatically processed. How does it know how to do that? Well, naturally, it references the corresponding recipe in determining how the ingredients are to be processed. Its inner workings are difficult to explain in a short time. You only need to know that resolving this matter took quite some work. Much thought has this one also bent to an affair most troubling for chefs the cleaning of one's cooking utensils. Quite a spoilage of a lovely scene of feasting it would have been to have cleaned up leftovers in this pot otherwise, no? Is this device for sale? Haha! But one doubts you could afford this wondrous tool. Moreover, it would only work under one's Adeptus power at the moment. Purchasing it shall profit you nothing. Alright, we have spoken idly long enough. Even as one was constructing this machine, one was also studying recipes. Recipes too, therefore, has one developed alongside, such as this supreme cuisine machine may face suitable trials. One invites you here to lend a little aid in gathering ingredients and following said recipes to make some dishes. The first of these one names Okidium tofu. This dish requires tofu to be diced into many threads. A fair trial for this machine's knife's work. As to what the ingredients are, one shall require tofu, ham, bamboo shoots, and foal. One has already asked Ganyu to prepare those ingredients, and they should be... What? Where have the bamboo shoots gone? Most surely did one place them here. Did some villains take advantage of one's engrossed state to steal them away? Huh. No matter, this is a good opportunity to show you the ingredients finding facilities on one's Supreme Cuisine machine. Supreme Cuisine machine, activate! Traveler, the machine has been activated. Follow the tracks that it has created and reclaim one's bamboo shoots. Follow the aura trail and find the ingredients. Okay, so it looks like it goes this way? Oh, here we go. Why is the trail leading us to those slimes? I don't know.
My apologies.
Hello, buddies. Pursue and defeat the animo slimes that are carrying the bamboo shoots. Oh, what are you doing? There we go. Okay. Good job, Diona. You obtain the following ingredients swallowed by the animo slimes. Whoa! Have the bamboo shoots been reclaimed? Yes. Here you go. Good, good. These are the bamboo shoots Ganyu prepared for oneself. The ingredients have all been prepared. Let us make ready to cook. Then the rest can be left to the machine. However, traveler, the heat control is yours to tend to. Can't the machine heat itself? Well, one has tried several times to use an internal flame in an attempt to achieve autonomous heat control. But the flame on the Supreme Cuisine machine stove is far from ordinary. One must use its own adeptal flame to operate it. Adeptal flames of such power would warp the shape of the internal components if fed directly into the machine's interior. Sacrificing the larger machine for some small gain is thus unwise. The best solution at present is to apply the adeptal flames externally. As such, one requires a helper to control the heat of said flames. The all-important flame shall be yours to command, traveler. When you are ready, inform one at once. I'm ready. Then let us begin. Supreme Cuisine machine, activate. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, so we've got to make sure that we maintain the heat on all the dishes. This isn't too bad. Very good. Let's get back over to this one. Good job, traveler. You're doing God's work. Or Adeptus work, I should say. 4, 3, 2, 1. Did we do it? Yeah! Nice! Okay. Hello, Cloud Retainer. How is it? The Oncidium pudding complete? The fine control exercised in processing this tofu. Indeed, one has outdone oneself. This is thanks to your aid as well, traveler. Allow one to bestow a copy of the tofu recipe upon you. Thank you. Further adjustments must one make to the machine's facilities. One might still need your help. One trusts you will not decline. Yes? Nice. Okay, so there's that done. So that was kind of like a small mini-game quest, which is kind of cool. We got to see some more of Cloud Retainer too. Now, as you can see on the Festive Fever meter, we need 1,000 points in order to unlock the next part of the story quests for this event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I've recorded everything before the event is over. That way you guys don't miss my reaction and you don't miss out on the event if you don't get to take part in it yourself. I do apologize that this video has been very backwards and forwards between the teapot and the festival quest. Now, we sadly didn't get to finish the teapot quest, and it is going to be another week before you guys get to see me finish it, because I do want to make sure that I get all of the festival content done. That does mean that next week will be the continuation of the festival quest, as I will make sure to get that recorded before the event ends. And just before we leave off, as always, I want to give a massive thank you to the channel members who are Captain Jace, Lu O, Helen Nix, Velzard, Huang Li, Christine Pearl Labena, Dreamer Zeke, Nyanzian, Kuro, Loon Arcadia, Belzen, Leah752, Manny K, Ono, D. Chris Wong, Venny, Toolney, Banana Neil, Scaramouche, Shanilla, Eric Bush, Bad Cleo, and Hardgrass29. And an extra special thank you to our full-on wizard members who are Sparky007 and Moist. Thank you guys so much. And a massive thank you to you for watching. I appreciate you as always. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.